AKA Mexicans, are a strong ass. What's an ass? Somebody tell me what an ass is. A donkey. What are donkeys known for? Talk to me, bro. What are donkeys known for? Hard work. Working hard. Right? Donkeys are some of the hardest working animals. Let's look at the so-called Mexicans. Issachar. Who works harder than Mexicans? Who built the buildings we're looking at? Who paved the road that we're standing on? Who did it? Mexicans. Who like fruits? Like that man right there got a fruit drink. That's like a strawberry or watermelon or something. Who picked the fruits? Who picked the fruit so he could put that together? Who picked the sugar from the sugarcane fields and fixed up that drink? Mexicans. Read that part again.
Issachar is a strong ass.
God said you Mexicans are a strong ass. Y'all strong working people. Y'all hard working people. But God calls you Issachar, sis. You're not Mexican in the Bible. God calls you an Israelite from the tribe of Issachar. One of God's strong people, his chosen people. Read.
Couching down between two burdens.
Wait a minute. God says the Issachars, the so-called Mexicans, have now crouched down between two burdens. What is that talking about? Whenever you see a donkey, right? Where's that? You got a flyer? You probably don't got it on that flyer. When you look at a donkey, right? They saddle the donkey, right? On one side they put burdens, right? They put whatever commodity it is, whether it be wood, hay, you know what I mean? Sugar, strawberries, cherry, whatever the commodity is, they strap it on the donkey and the donkey carries it away, right? Could be dirt, it could be rocks, it could be whatever. That donkey's gonna carry that burden, correct? So now let's look at the Mexicans. Do not Mexicans work long hours and get low wages? Right? A lot of times when you're talking about being a nanny, they taking care of the next person's children, can't even take care of their own children, right? They working long hours and getting low wages for it. Are we not in the fields picking the cherries, the peppers, watermelons, right? Strawberries? Are we not picking the different apple trees? We're in the fields. Sun beaming down. What was Cesar Chavez fighting for? Equal pay. Why? Because they was working long hours, right? Getting little wages, right? Guess what? Mexicans got to fight to be American, and they got to fight to be Mexican. If you don't roll your R's good enough, guess what? They gonna call you what? What they gonna call you? Gringo. Why? Saying you too white for me. And then you come to America and don't get accepted by the Americans. Why? Because you're too Mexican for me. Crouching down between two burdens. Read.
And he saw that rest was good.
God said you Mexicans saw that rest was good, right? Because guess what? When you work a hard day of work, right? 12 hours, 14 hours, rest was good. It's called a siesta. In the midday, right? You're gonna take that nap. You're gonna take that rest. You ever seen that Mexican with a sombrero leaning on the cactus? That's the siesta. It's the siesta. Read.
And bowed his shoulders to bear.
God said he bowed his shoulders to bear. Come on.
And became a servant unto tribute.
And became a servant unto tribute. God says the Mexicans, who are the Israelites from the tribe of Issachar, bowed his shoulder to bear and became a servant unto tribute. Why? Because the Mexicans will take any job. They will take any job. They will be from your contractors all the way until your your landscapers, to your nannies, right? To your maids, right? To what? Janitors, right? Who in the kitchen right now cooking? Mexicans, brother. Mexicans. Who's on the street corners and all the trucks cooking? Mexicans. Who's feeding all the people? Mexicans. God says Mexicans have become a servant under tribute and bow their shoulder to bear because they take on all the work that nobody wants to do. Why? Because they're putting food on the table. Why? Because they're hardworking people. Who are we reading about, bro? We're reading about the Israelites from the tribe of Issachar. You are not Mexican. That's what we learned in slavery. That's what we learned. Our ancestors, I'll say this. Before the white man came here, right? when the Mexicans first came to this side of the world, they knew that they were from the tribe of Issachar. Did somebody got that American Indian thing? I'm gonna show you a secular book. I'm gonna show you a book that the white man put together, all right? And they're gonna say the same thing. When the Europeans came to this side of the land, they knew that the so-called Mexicans were from the tribe of Issachar, one of God's chosen people. They knew that. Do you feel like the Mexicans are special? For surely, they are cultured people, and your culture is in the Bible. Give me Isaiah 1 and 3. Now, why don't Mexicans know this? Why are they calling themselves niggers? Why are they allowing another people to call them spick, wetbacks? Why? Why? Why did we go into slavery? Why were we colonized? These are questions we have to know, bro. Because far too long we have been at the bottom of society. We've been treated worse than cattle. We've been treated worse than everything on the face of the planet. Hey, bro, you know you're an Israelite? Page 87 and 88. Let's get that real quick. I want to show you that, but the scholars know. Hey, my brothers on the bikes. You brothers on the bikes, man, y'all the Israelites. You know you get a flyer? Get you a flyer, bro, all right? I understand y'all out here, you know what I'm saying, want to take a cruise and take a ride, but guess what? Y'all are God's chosen people. Y'all God's chosen people, man. It's time for us to wake up. Let me read this to you one, and then you know what I mean, do your thing. Read that. So now, read the title of the book for the brother. The title of the book.
Origins of the American Indians.
Go to the front of the page, the front of the book. Read that.
Origins of the American Indians, European concepts.
So this is European concepts, ideologies on where the origin of the American Indians come from. The Aztecs, Mayans, Incas, right? The Olmecs. You familiar with those terms? Come on, read that.
The Mexicans are originally.
The Mexicans are originally, right? The origin of the Mexicans come from where?
Of the 10 tribes captured by Manasseh, and of the family of Issachar.
Mexicans are originally from the family of Issachar, brother. Why do the so-called white man knows it, but you don't? They didn't teach us. They don't want us to know how special we are. They want to keep us on the bottom, bro. Give me Deuteronomy 28, verse 43. They want to keep Mexicans and black people on the bottom. Have you ever heard of the Brown Berets? You got to look that history up. The Brown Berets fought against oppression for the Mexicans. The Brown Berets are a group of Mexicans that was not comfortable in the land of America. Today's Mexicans have become comfortable in captivity. They've become comfortable being in subjection to the so-called white man. But your forefathers was never comfortable. Never comfortable. Never lay down. No justice, no peace. Are we getting justice? No, we're not. So that means we ain't giving no peace. That don't mean go out and loot and riot. That means you fight by keeping the commandments of God. Read that.
28.
43.
43. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 43. The stranger that is within thee.
God said the stranger, because when y'all dwelt on this side of the land, right? Look at the map, right? Let's look at the map. North, South, Central America, correct? Like you had the Choctaw, right? You had the Seminoles. You had the Blackfoot, right? You had the Aztec, Mayan, Inca, Taínos, Boricuas, right? Indians, the Carib Indians. You had them on this side of the world, the Western Hemisphere. And then you had the strangers. The so-called white man was a stranger to this land, right? So let's read what God says about it. Read.
The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high.
Now, when the white man came to this side of the land, they were strangers. God said, the strangers that is within you shall get up above thee very high. Are the white man above the so-called Mexicans today? Right? Were they above the Mexicans when the white man first came? No, they couldn't even cultivate the land. They would have died off if it had not been for the help of the so-called Indians, the so-called Native Americans of the North, South, Central Americas, right? The Aztecs, Mayans, Incas, Olmecs, all of them had to help the white man to survive. If it had not been for you and your people, they would be dead. They would not have survived. But God said, because we disobeyed him, we started following after the white man. Like, did your ancestors dress like that? Hell no. Hell no, they didn't. They didn't dress like that. What about the sisters? Did the sisters dress like that? No. What were the native sisters wearing? Dresses, brother. Dresses. Give me some, bruh. You know that. They were wearing dresses. So guess what baby girl should be wearing? Dress or a skirt. We got to get back to our roots. Our ancestors will be rolling over in their grave right now looking at us as a people. We're killing each other. We're raping each other. We're robbing each other. We hate ourselves. We look at the white man as he's God on earth. We got to stop that. We got to come back to our roots, brother. We got to come back to who we are as a people. Read.
And thou shalt come down very low.
God says they're going to get above us and we're going to come down low. Now, when you look at a totem pole, right? Because the natives are infamous for totem poles. Who's at the bottom of the totem pole? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Who live in the ghettos? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. When you see white people, the majority of them live in Spanos. The majority of them live in, what's the other one? The Brookside, right? They live in the good areas where you don't see trash on the ground. You don't see weeds and diapers on the ground. Stores in their neighborhoods. But in blacks and Hispanics, you see liquor stores on every corner, bro. And guess what? What's on the opposite side of that corner? A church. And they ain't teaching us a damn thing. It's a church on the same corner that the liquor store on. Guess what? The hoes still posted up. The niggas is still on the block selling they whatever they selling, right? You got the little homies riding up around the block, bending the corner, riding with guns and whatnot. We are lost people, bro. When you see Norteños and Serranos, who they banging on? Each other. Hell, you'll see Norteño banging on Norteño just because he ain't from the same neighborhood. He from a different set of Norteños. But he killing the same people that look like him. Aren't you tired of that? Don't you want better for your daughter? Because guess what? These sisters is banging too. Getting tatted up in glasses. Hitting licks and whatnot, setting dudes up, right? So now, God says, because we broke the commandments, we was gonna come down low, and the strangers were gonna come down up high. They were gonna be above us. Because do we own any banks? Hell no. Who owned the banks though? White people. Let's read it in the Bible. Read verse 44.
He shall lend to thee.
God said he's gonna lend to you. You was going to have to get a loan from the white man. Read.
And thou shalt not lend to him.
And you wasn't going to have no monetary system to lend to him. He don't need a want for nothing. We're the ones lacking. Give me verse 48. Where do we, hey, brother on the bike, be careful now, be careful. Hey, bro, do you have a job? Who do you work for? Who owns that company? Who? Now, who owns the Port of Stockton? Does the people that look like you or people that look like the people that conquered your ancestors?
Thank you. Have a good one. Thank you.
Hey, bro, so you got our flyer, right? Israel United in Christ. Hey, take a flyer with you. So now, what was your name again? Let me just give you I'm gonna give you two more scriptures and then take your, go about your business. Leviticus 21:5. So, according to the Bible, right? Who are we showing you are? According to the Bible. Because you claim to be Mexican, but the Bible don't call you Mexican. Did not the Catholics come and conquer you and force you to be Catholic, right? So they taught you their doctrine. They taught you their understanding. If they didn't treat you right, if they didn't treat you right, why would they teach you right? They didn't. They're the ones that taught you you're Hispanic, Latino, right? But according to the Bible, you're an Israelite from the tribe of Issachar, brother. That's the message we're trying to get to you. And being an Israelite from the tribe of Issachar, you must keep the commandments of God, all right? You must teach your daughter to keep the commandments of God because y'all royalty. Have you ever seen a princess wearing pants or a skirt or pants with shorts? No, princesses wear dresses, right? So we got to put the princess in a dress. We got to put the princess in a skirt. All right, so now let me give you a commandment for you, all right? Read that.
Leviticus chapter 21 and verse 4. They shall not make baldness upon their head, neither.
So God says the Israelite man, which you are, shall not make baldness upon your head. Don't we see a lot of black and Hispanic men shaving their head bald-headed? God says don't do that. If you go bald naturally, you just got to let it go bald naturally. You're not supposed to take the razor to the rest of your head, all right? Come on.
Neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard.
What is my man not supposed to do as an Israelite?
Neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard.
God holds you to a higher standard because you're special. He chose you. He holds you to a higher standard. So God don't want you to shave off your beard. He tells you don't do that. You go against his laws, and that keeps us in slavery, all right? That keeps us at the bottom of society. So is that something you can do? That's easy, right? God says grow your beard out because God has a beard. Christ has a beard, and we got to follow Christ. So we as men must grow our beards. That's your badge of manly dignity. Now, what people don't have beards? Children and ladies, females. Children and females. You're neither one of those. So you got to grow your beard out, right? Now, finish that out.
Nor make any cuttings in their flesh.
God said don't make no cuttings in the flesh. You got cutting in the flesh right there. Talking about your tattoos because they had to dig in your flesh, right? And then it was raw. It was a scar. So God said don't make cuttings in your flesh because you're special. You're holy. You're separate from everyone else. So don't do that no more. Don't shave off your beard. Don't get no more tattoos. And don't, if you start going bald, don't shave it off bald. Can you do things like that? Those are easy commandments, bro.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. It's nation time.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, His word